They breed quickly down there in the dark. But perhaps we can slay them even faster.
Yay! This little piggy went to market. This little piggy stayed home. This little piggy was massacred by adventurers. And this little piggy was actually a gnome. Is there a character that can help you gain money? There is Cammy Bandit. Yes, there is. Unfortunately, I've been using them so much that they're too high of a level. See, characters that are levels 0, 1, and 2 can go into the green dungeons. Not apprentice, what are they called? Well, they're the low-level dungeons. Once you hit levels 3 and 4, when I'm talking about levels, I'm talking about this number here. Once you hit levels 3 and 4, you can only go into orange ones. And then once you hit levels 5 and 6, you can only go into the highest level dungeons. So, there are characters that can help you get more money, and the other unfortunate part is I just don't have access to them at this exact moment because my roster is full. So there's a couple of different ways you can generally go about the beginning of this game. You can either try and make like 1 or 2 like elite teams, which is generally the better way to do things for a couple of different reasons. And just like level them up to max level and then beat some of the dungeons with them. And really, the biggest reason that you want to do that is because it gets you trinkets for your lower level people. God, they're just critting like crazy. Steal yourself. The way that I'm doing things is I'm trying to level all of my characters equally. The reason I'm doing that is even though it takes a little bit longer and in a lot of regards it's not the smarter way to do things, it tends to make some individual boss fights a lot easier because you have a large repertoire of characters to choose from. So I can be very situational with which characters I want to bring to dungeons, whereas if you just level like 2 teams of people, and you're kind of stuck with them, and you just gotta kind of make them work. And that is something that's really nice about this game. Most dungeons can sort of like be beat with whatever team you decide to make. Like, you can make it work. Now, some teams are naturally gonna be easier than other teams, but for the most part, if you want to make something work, you just have to like think about it. Certain trinkets, certain builds using like abilities, you can make it work. So. Now, unfortunately, this isn't working, because this was kind of one of the worser groups I could face to start off with when I was trying to just do some de-stressing. Big guy like this, I can't really stop to de-stress during him, because he does too much damage and too much stress. So. What the hell? This looks like an amazing fighting game.
Injury and despondence set the stage for heroism.
He's gonna bleed out, so let's get a quick stress relief here. Now, once he bleeds out, it's going to force him into the front. He was only going to be able to use Rush Shot, which doesn't usually do an incredible amount of damage. But we can't waste too much time against this guy either, unfortunately. Oh no, I saw that frozen. It just confused the hell out of me. I think we have one more turn that we can get away with. We're gonna go for it. Because I think this is the first turn he was alone, right? Yeah. Good.
onslaught. Destroy them.
A little bit of a rough start, but I think we're still going to be fine here. We'll get those books on the way back. Hopefully, with this room, we'll be able to do a little bit of stress relief. Is there a level to use trinkets? No, there is not, Candy Bandicoot, which is why it can sometimes be easier to make like one or two elite teams to level up quickly, because then you can get higher level trinkets to use on your lower level people. The biggest, I guess, what do you want to call it? The biggest risk with that is if you go into a dungeon and you have all 4 people die, you lose all of the trinkets that they also have. And that is one of the things in this game that can be very rage-inducing. Woo! What are we doing? So. That sounds pretty amazing, Frozen. Is that something that's on YouTube? I would imagine it is.
Packs laden with loot are often low on supplies.
Ah, this is a terrible fight to de-stress during also. To be fair, this is the Warrens. Most of the fights are pretty terrible to de-stress during. There's a couple where it's not too bad, but apparently we're not going to get a lot of those. Slice, slice, slice! Let's focus you down. Alright, that one's going to bleed out. Good. Let's get a stun on him.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
I'm gonna enjoy watching that later, Frozen, thank you.
Green ears. Blurred vision.
God, that was a lot of
The
stress.
end approaches.
Press the
Nice.
disadvantage. Give them no
Right
cover.
where it hurts. Wait, a swine wretch? I don't think that's what those were called before, were they? It doesn't really matter. But... We are slowly but surely working down our stress. And getting more healing, so...
As the fiend falls,
We're clawing uphill.
blossoms.
Journal of Darius, the Highwayman, 5 of 6. Moira has been afflicted with sickness. It must have been some rotting air from a coffin she insisted on piercing with her spade. As terrible as this place is, I know I will not fall for any trap nor crazed idiot. I wager my lucky coin on it. Shh. Excuse me. Alright, this could be a good fight to de-stress during. Kill those guys in the back line, which we should be able to do with the Arbalest. The damage might be a little severe for this team.
Unnerved, unbalanced.
This expedition is doomed. Good. He's not going to die of that bleed. That was just helping working down the guy in the back. Prevent that one from doing some more damage. Artemis? Oh, you would crit, you bastard. We just brought Dexter back from the dead. Please don't do this again. Spare me this one time, O light. Please spare me.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
We might actually have to abandon this one. Coming in with one person who was pretty stressed out in the Warrens was already risky enough. the fact that we ended up bringing 2 people who were pretty stressed out. We just couldn't recover from that fast enough. Counter that with getting some kind of crappy enemy setups. Just wasn't meant to be, I think. Get back! Their eyes are cold with murder!
Mortality clarified.
It's them
in a
crits. I
single
can't keep up with
strike.
those crits. Ah, you bastards. Persecutors, I live by the law of truth.
Perched at the very precipice of oblivion.
Moida, Moida, she wrote. Quite switingly she did. Dingoes. No, your ministrations will weaken my spirit. The light forsakes us, but why? Because I said so. The darkness sent them. They are emissaries of death. Nah, girl. Could we see one virtue, please?
Fear and
No,
fealty
no more.
claim their due.
Cammy Bandicoot, yes. When your character gets an affliction, there are several different kinds of afflictions in the game. And when characters start getting afflicted,
A hand's breadth from becoming
it can take
unwound.
place in a lot of different ways. Like, someone might become masochistic, and they might actually, like, stab themselves and take some damage. I've had several characters kill themselves that way. People who run forward because they're berserk, or run backwards because they're fearful, or pass their turn, or refuse healing, or if you camp, they refuse to eat food. And there's a bunch of different things, so...
Inches.
I need a bandage. Afflictions are really bad. The flip to that is if you can manage to get a character down to 0 stress in the course of that dungeon, the affliction goes away, or if you put them in any stress-relieving activity in town. Now, the reason a lot of my characters have such high stress is I'm trying to be stingy and just reduce their stress in dungeon. And unfortunately, sometimes that works really well, and sometimes it doesn't. So, this is definitely one of those not
Wealth
working so
beyond
well
measure.
times.
Awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
Probably not going to be able to down any stress
spark
doing
without
this.
kindling.
Yeah, because he's
It's
turning
a
down
goal
food.
without hope.
Look, it's all pink. Cook it properly. I need a healer. Light, grant me the strength to overcome whatever appears in our path. Listen here, every night has its dawn. This is a trial. I will not disappoint the light. At least one person here is going to get out with a little stress. Pride's like a knife. It can cut deep inside. Words are like weapons. They wound sometimes. Look at this fool, this imbecile. Playing the hero, are you? Ha ha! I don't want to die here. I want some mead frozen, that's rude. What was that? What did you say? These shadows are unnatural, unholy. I am not myself. Please, forgive me. We journey through darkness itself. We're out of firewood. We must steel ourselves for a push to the end.